Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Well, here we are. It's Monday. And you know what that means? It's time for horoscopes. We're going to spin around our big Zodiac wheel today. Before we get into all that, though, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to the last few days' videos. We had such a good time. On Saturday, we had our spiritualist class. And on Sunday, we had the witching hour as Lord Tony and I live, and we had a great time. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you for coming out, supporting it, being part of our scene. It was such a great time. If you haven't been here this weekend, maybe you've been away, definitely check out the last 2 days. We had a lot of videos. It was a lot of fun. Well, today I tell you, I've been having a kind of a busy day. I'm getting just doing stuff, getting all my chores done. You have those days where you just run and run and run. Well, it's been one of those days. One of the things I've been doing is I've been unboxing some of my treasures that I've had hidden. And one of the things I found, which I took out and polished today, was one of my favorite Lucky Buddha statues. Do you guys know the Lucky Buddha? I did a video on this a few years ago. You can look it up in my channel, but this is the Laughing Buddha or the Happy Buddha. And he's one of my favorite deities. He's loved throughout Asia. And he's a god of happiness and contentment. It's interesting because he's worshipped in Buddhism as a form of the Buddha. He's also worshipped in Taoism as a god of prosperity, and also in Shinto as one of the 7 lucky gods. So he's a deity form, and he just makes me laugh. Look at that big smile. Isn't he great? He's a god of happiness and contentment, prosperity. I just love him. I've been in a Buddha mood today, I'm telling you. And in fact, I found one of my pendants. I'll show this to you too. This is the big happy Buddha, like my statue, but it's a little miniature one made in jade. And I've been wearing that today. Isn't that cute? A little smiling Buddha. A lot of fun. This is an old pendant. It dates from the 1950s. They used to make really good stuff back in the day. It's hard to find good jewelry. I buy a lot of vintage stuff. But I got the Buddha with me, and hopefully he'll bring us some luck today. By the way, I was going to tell you, I also found out about this Buddha, the Happy Buddha or Laughing Buddha. He's also the patron god of psychics and fortune tellers. So, got good help here today since we're doing horoscopes. And we got to rub his stomach, say, Buddha, give us all blessing of the horoscopes. Help us to align with the stars. So mote it be. I love Buddha. Well, we're going to jump into our big wheel here. Now, for those of you who are new here, this is something we do every Monday. We have horoscopes. And so I invite you guys to gather around. We're going to look at all the transits. We kind of do this in 2 sections. First half of the video is going to be, we're going to go day by day and show you what all the major influences are. Basically what's going on up in the stars. And then we're going to go around our wheel and have individual horoscopes for each of you. So everybody watching, you will get your own individual horoscope. Okay? By the way, also forgot to say, I did get some letters, and I always forget to talk about this. People are saying, Psychic Bob, I hear you have books out. How do we get your books? If you go over to my website, which I'll put the link below, www.robert-hickman.com. Again, that link will be below. You go to my website, it's got a tab up at the top of the screen that says books. And you click on that, I'll put you in my bookstore. And you can buy my books. I am a published author. This is my book, Messages from Rose. Oops, got some glare here. But it tells about my work as a psychic medium, as a channel with Rose. We've also got Ouija Mysteries over there, the Spirit Board Seances. Check that out. And we've also got Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. And there are more. These are just the ones I have on my desk. But definitely check out my books and get in some summer reading. Well, let's get into what's going on with the stars today. Well, today I want to start out here. Here we are. By the way, I always forget this as well. These horoscopes and this information in this video covers the period of Monday, July 30th, 2018 through Sunday, August the 5th, 2018. Okay? So starting off our week, we've got our sun in Leo. By the way, happy birthday to our Leo babies this month. We got our sun in Leo. We've got our moon in Pisces. This is going to be an interesting day. I tell you, even though we're a little late in the day, there's still a lot of energy going on here. And what we've got, a little bit challenging energy today. Not too bad, but interesting. We've got our sun in opposition to Mars. We've got our sun square Uranus. Venus is trine Pluto. Mars is square Uranus. Jupiter is trine Neptune, and Saturn is trine Uranus. What all this means is you want to focus today on long-term relationships and the future. It means that in the moment, short-term issues may be a little challenged. Focus on the long term. Focus on relationships, your interconnection, especially if you're, doing business deals. Try to work on how you're connecting with the people rather than just the outcome. Of course, the outcome is important, but you want to think in terms of long-term relationships because this is a good time to gain long-term business connections, okay? So remember that for today, okay? Even though it's late, there's still energy left in the day. All right, Tuesday, July 31st, our moon is still in Pisces, which is the water energy. That's bringing up that deep emotion, okay? I tell you, tomorrow is going to be our psychic power day. We've got our sun in opposition to Mars, our moon trine Jupiter, moon conjunct Neptune, and Venus trine Pluto. What this means is you're going to have to practice patience. Patience wins, and it's going to be, you got to trust your intuition. It's your psychic power day. I tell you, with that moon in Pisces, that's stirring up that deep inner knowledge. That moon trine Jupiter, that is wealth of the inner self, knowledge. Moon conjunct Neptune, again, that's the psychic planet. Venus trine Pluto, long-term vision. Okay, so patience wins. Look within, trust your intuition, go slow. You're going to rock it on Tuesday. Use your psychic gifts, okay? On Wednesday, our moon is still in Pisces, which is that deep, wonderful water energy. Our Venus is trine Pluto that day, and Jupiter is trine Neptune. What all that means is, again, you got to go deep into your connections with people. Focus on people. Focus on the inner emotions of people. You may have some delay in outer world activity, but if you go deep and focus on how people are, where they are in relation to you, you're going to really win them over and have a lot more influence. So go deep. Okay, deep emotionally, listen, be very present for people. Let people open themselves up to you because you'll find that Piscean energy makes people want to share how they're feeling. And with that Venus trine Pluto, that's a chance for you to really take things and build long-term relationships and connections, okay? All right, going into Thursday, we've got our moon moving over to Aries. That's going to be that firepower. That's a lot of high energy there. Our sun is trine the moon. Those are our illuminators of the Zodiac. A lot of high energy there. However, a little bit of challenges here. Our sun is square Jupiter and Mars is square Uranus. Now that Mars square Uranus always makes me nervous because Mars is such a fiery planet, and when it's square Uranus, that means people can act very erratic, very irrational, okay? Our sun square Jupiter means that success is coming, but it can be a little delayed. So on Thursday, the 2nd of August, you've got to practice patience. Don't try to push people. Don't rush anything. Let people come to you. Take a very slow approach. Trust your inner vision. Your inner vision will bring you success. So remember, the inner world is where the success is, okay? All right, now going into Friday, as we end the week, we've got our moon still in Aries. That's a lot of that firepower. Our sun is square Jupiter again. Success is coming. A little delay, a little slow, but not bad. It's funny, Jupiter is such a powerful planet that even in its negative aspect, which would be a square, it's still good. Isn't that interesting? It's one of the few planets that has that element. Our moon is trine Mercury, and our moon is also square Pluto. Now, what all that adds up to is you got to just focus on now, be present, be gentle in your approach. You're going to find this week that there's a lot of kind of erratic emotional energy around a lot of people, and you yourself could be influenced by that. So it's not just everybody else, it's yourself as well. So everybody's got to take a deep breath this week, be patient, and just keep moving forward gently and slowly, okay? So, I don't mean to overemphasize it. We're not in like danger zone, but the potential is there. And I always say, and it's true, If we act as gentle people, we'll have success. Okay, so be kind, be patient, be gentleman or a gentle lady. Okay, now when we get into our Saturday, okay, now this is an interesting Saturday because our moon is moving over into Taurus. I love Taurus energy because it really grounds things down. That's a lot of earth energy there. Our moon, however, is trine Mars, but don't let that scare you too much because we got a lot of amazing aspects. Our moon is trine Saturn, Jupiter is trine Neptune, and Saturn is trine Uranus. What all that means is if you want to have success over the weekend, look to the past, okay? Look to the past in order to see the future. As I told you earlier in the week, you know, the outer world may be a little confusing. That's why you got to do the inner world. Saturday, this really comes home because you want to study the past. Saturn trine Uranus really touches into our logical mind to go to the past to avoid mistakes in the future, okay? So that's your secret. Say, look to the past. Study what happened before. Study how you dealt with people. Study how people dealt with you. Get to know the past, and then you're going to see the future in the process, okay? So that's Saturday. Now, let me tell you, don't get your hopes too up high on anything getting done by Sunday. Sunday is our most challenging day of the week, astrologically. I got to tell you, I've not seen this many negative aspects on one day in quite a while. But, you know, hopefully it's the weekend for most of you, because let me tell you what's going on here. Our moon is still in Taurus. Again, that's good earth grounding energy. However, our sun is square the moon. That's a negative aspect. It means like our inner world and outer world could feel conflicted. Our sun is square Jupiter, again, delay and prosperity. Our moon is square Mercury, meaning it's going to be hard to talk. Our moon, Mercury is square Jupiter, which means it's going to be hard to get any clear discussions going forward, particularly in business. And Mars, again, is square Uranus. You know, I don't know. That's probably my scariest transit, Mars square Uranus. That always puts me on edge. What all that means is, you know what? Everybody's got to have a rest day. So Sunday, just don't even try to get anything done. Make it a fun day. Stay home. Pop in Netflix or pop on Netflix, whatever you call it. Netflix and chill. Okay? That's what you got to do on Sunday. Don't even try to accomplish anything, particularly in the business world. Don't take on big projects. Don't try to organize big events. It's not going to happen. Sunday is your day, and it's the universe, I think, sometimes aligns these plans to say, time to rest. Okay? So there we go. There is our day-by-day look at the astrology, these stars, what's in the stars for you. Now, we're going to spin around our wheel, and we're going to go through all 12 zodiac signs and see what's in the stars for you. Now listen up, because if you say, Bob, I don't know what sign I am, don't worry about it. I'm going to give the birth dates after each sign. And when you hear the sign that has your birthday range, that your birthday falls in, that is your sign. Now I get it every week. People write to me and say, well, Bob, I saw another astrologer, and according to his signs, I'm an Aries, but you say I'm a Taurus. Which one am I? Well, you're what we call a cusp. And so what that means is don't let that stress you out. Both astrologers are right. It's just the way they cast it. Sometimes it changes a day or so depending on how you set up your chart. Not a big problem. It means you get 2 horoscopes. So when you're a cusp, don't let that bother you. It just means you get twice the amount of knowledge. And you'll figure out which one is more accurate for you. And if they're both accurate, hey, that's even twice the blessing for you, okay? So there you go, all right? So, so we're going to spin around our big wheel and see what's in the stars. All right, we're going to start off here with Aries. Aries is March 21st through April 19th. You know, Aries, you tend to always be wanting to look ahead. This week, don't try to look ahead. You got to focus on here and now. This is going to be in business and in personal relationships. Everything is momentary and immediate. If you try to get into long-term, looking ahead 5 years, you're going to lose people and you'll get confused, and everybody else will be confused. Talk about now, stay in the moment, and then this will be a successful week for you. Also highlighted for Aries this week are issues connected to travel. So might be a good time to think about now taking a vacation. All right, your keyword this week, Aries, is now. All right. Our next sign, Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. You know, Taurus, you are naturally, as I've always said, you're the leaders, you're the bosses of the Zodiac, you rule and reign. However, Taurus, you need to step back and let people do their thing this week. You're going to find in work that taking charge and being in command will actually make things go a little crazier than you need. So your approach this week has to be just chillax, sit back, watch people, listen to them, let them come to you with their ideas and be open to new ways of doing things. This may be a little challenging in that aspect, but you know what? If you can just let others run the show for a little while, you'll get a break and you'll see that they do okay. All right. And people will respect you and say, gosh, what a great boss. And you know, you didn't even have to lift a finger. Okay. In the area of personal relationships, also, you may have a little challenge this week, Taurus, because you may feel like your partner is not on the same page with you. And I'll tell you, with all this Mars and Uranus energy, it may be a little challenging in the relationship area. So this is an area where, again, you're going to have to kind of step back, not get too overly invested in your view being heard. Let your partner share with you. Let them unwind with you. Let them tell you their day. And you just absorb it all. And that way you're going to have harmony at work, harmony at home, okay? Also highlighted for Taurus this week are issues connected to music appreciation. So might be a good week to go to a concert. Your key word this week, Taurus, is retreat. Just retreat and let it all happen. All right, our next sign, Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. You know, Geminis, you are natural communicators. You know, you're air sign, but this week I'll tell you, it may be hard to get anybody to hear you or to be on the same page with people. There's just a lot of challenging aspects that, particularly as an air sign, I think you're going to feel very strongly. Don't let that stress you. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice today. Like the Tauruses, you're going to have to just step back, stay out of the fray. You're going to find that being observant this week is your key. Watch who the key players are, particularly in work situations. Watch what their agenda is. And know that you'll see very clearly what's going to work and what's not going to work. Who's your ally, who's not your ally. But you got to stay silent to do this. So you're going to have to curb your natural communicator energy this week and be tight-lipped and silent, okay? Don't worry, it's not going to hurt you. It's going to actually be a fascinating experience for you. In the area of relationships, also, Gemini, you're going to find a little bit challenging aspects in romance. People are going to be coming to you with all their drama. You know, you might think, gosh, I go home and my girlfriend or my wife or my husband is giving me all this drama. Just stay back, let them get out of their system, and they will love you even more for your kindness and patience and help. Your key word this week, Gemini, is patience. All right, patience is a virtue. All right, our next side is Cancer, and that's June 21st through July 22nd. Now, Cancers, I tell you, you're usually people who like to kind of be in the background. You'd prefer just to do your job and go to your nest at home. But this week, you're going to find that you are kind of in the spotlight. You are in positions of power this week. People are seeking your advice, and it's your psychic gifts that really are coming to the front. And people may say to you, how do you know this? How do you do this? Now, for those of you who are psychic Cancers, you know, you may not be able to say at work, oh, because I'm psychic. Just say, well, I've had a lot of experience. Be very humble. But you're going to find that people are putting you in positions of power this week. You're going to find in relationships as well that you're drawing people. This is kind of a romantic week for Cancers. And for those of you who are single, it's like you get to have multiple dates and have your cake and eat it too, as they say. So enjoy being loved, being admired, being adored. Hey, who doesn't like that, right? Also highlighted for Cancers this week are issues connected to business development. So since you're in the power seat, you might want to think about if you could develop your own business, what would you do? How would you do it? Take it to the next level. Your key word this week, Cancer, is power. You got the power. You got the power. All right. Hey, I never said I was saying just psychic. All right. Our next side is Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. Leos, you know, Leos have big hearts. This is what I love about Leos. Every Leo I know just loves people. They'll run up and give you a hug. That's a Leo trait, you know. Leos, this week you are a friend of the world. You really are. And you're going to find that people are leaning on you a lot. Like the Cancers, you may find that you have the ability to win friends and influence people. So in a sense, you're moving in a place of power, particularly in the work area. Socially, though, no less, because you'll find that you're invited to a lot of social events this week. It's a great week for Leos to really step out and see and be seen. Leos, many of you are natural performers, and so this week, let your light shine, have a lot of fun with it. Also highlighted for Leos this week are issues connected to writing, particularly biographies or like autobiographies. So you might want to tell your story, capture it on paper, and share it with the world. Your key word this week, Leo, is friendship. Be a friend of the world, and they're a friend to you. All right, our next sign is Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. I love Virgos. It's one of my favorite signs of the Zodiac. Virgos are the most organized. They don't miss a thing. Whenever I have my books like I'm writing, I have Virgos proof them because they can see every little dot and comma. Virgos, I love you guys. And I have to tell you, this week, you are discovering that people want to bring you into their world. And for you, particularly in work right now, this could be a little bit jarring because you may have in the last few months felt like you had to go it on your own or do things on your own. You're going to find a shift coming this week where people are starting to open up to you. They may start to include you. I don't see this, from what I can tell astrologically, as being an agenda. It's not that people have an agenda to use you or take control of you. But what it is that your energy now allows people to want to connect you and they're ready to hear your truth, your knowledge, your wisdom. Okay, so be open to connecting to others. Let them into your life. Let them into your heart. Same thing in personal relationships. If you're a single Virgo, you're going to really find that you're drawing people this week. And they're going to want to invite you to lunch. They're going to know you. Make sure to take the time. Build those interpersonal connections. It's going to lead to strong friendships as well as for those of you single, romance. Okay. Also highlighted for Virgos this week are issues connected to travel, particularly travel by automobile. So it might be a good time to have a little road trip. Get in the car with some friends and just go on a road trip. Your key word this week, Virgo, is trust. Open your heart, trust, and let people in. Trust. Okay. There you go. All right, our next sign is Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Oh, Libras, I know who I'm hanging out with this week. Whoo, you're hot. You got the money vibe going on. Libras are in prosperity mode right now. Libras are going to really find that it's like what they touch manifests. And so you really want to be open to new beginnings here, particularly in work. If you're a Libra looking for a job right now, this upcoming week, despite the crazy transits, for you is actually very good for job interviews and attempts to get promotion. For those of you Libras who run your own business, watch the sales increase. I'm telling you, you've got money flowing in. So be open to prosperity, be open to new ways of doing things, be open to new beginnings. And you'll see that this week you can maximize your earning potentials. In the area of relationships, also, you're prosperous right now. Libras are going to find that they're open to friendships, that communications with people becomes easier, despite some of these challenging transits. Your chart actually shows prosperity in friendship and in money situations. So you're in a good place socially and economically. And hey, who doesn't like that, okay? Also highlighted for Libras this week are issues connected to artistic pursuits. So if you're a Libra and you've been wanting to sit down and make a painting or a sculpture or some arts and crafts, be open to that as well. Your key word this week, Libra, is prosperity. Rub the Buddha's belly. That's where money comes. They have a saying, rub the Buddha's belly, get money. That's for Libra. We all need to do that. All right. Our next sign is Scorpio, October 25th to November 21st. Excuse me, October 23rd to November 21st. Scorpio, you are very much in leadership position this week. And what you're going to find is that you can just make plans and see them through, and they bring you success. This is a great time for Scorpios, particularly in the work area, to be a little ambitious. Kind of, stretch a little bit, try to get the eye of your boss, try to be open to discussing things like promotion. If you're a Scorpio and you've been wanting to kind of branch out into a new job or even start your own business, a lot of energy to kind of make fresh starts, particularly in the work area. Also in relationships this week, Scorpio are going to find that, it's a good week to set relationship goals. Maybe you've been kind of seeing somebody on and off and you're thinking, I really want to get them more regular in my life. This is a good time to work on having that discussion about, could we really think about moving forward as a couple? So, and if you're already in a relationship, this is a great time to say, what's our goal for this next year? What are we going to accomplish? Maybe it's, going on a dream vacation or buying that home that both of you have been wanting. Be open to trying to make plans and see them come through. Also highlighted for Scorpios this week are issues connected to political activism. So if you've been feeling also like, we got to bring changes to our society as a whole, or even our local government community, definitely put your energy into that as well. Your key word this week, Scorpio, is goals. Goals. Set them, follow them, accomplish them. All right, our next sign, Sagittarius, November 22nd through December 21st. Sagittarius, you are one of the most intellectual signs of the zodiac. Sagittarius always have a lot going up in their minds, and they're master teachers. Sagittarius can take complex subjects and bring them together. This is going to be a good week in work for you to kind of be a problem solver. You're going to find that people really this week are willing to hear your concepts, your ideas. And it's a good time for Sagittarius to really speak up and of course, in a gentle way. Remember our previous warnings about language and pushing, but in a gentle way. It's a good way for Sagittarius to put forth their ideas of how things might be improved in the work situation. In the area of relationships, Sagittarius, this is a great time also for you to share your thoughts, your dreams with somebody that you love, because Sagittarius, one of your challenges in personal relationships, a lot of Sagittarius have dreams, but they're very much practical, and so they don't always express it. They say, we have this dream of doing this. I want to travel to Alaska. But then they put that aside to be more practical. This week, you want to talk about your dreams with special people. Let that start to emerge in your life. Also highlighted for Sagittarius this week are issues connected to spiritual issues, spirituality, retreats. It's a good time for you to also to go to a Zen monastery and get away from it all. Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is share. Share your heart, share your ideas, share your dreams. Share. All right. Our next sign is Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Capricorn, you're usually one of the most forward-thinking people of the zodiac. Capricorns are always like seeing the next goal, seeing the next milepost. This week, Capricorn, the energy is a little different. You're going to have to take that energy and reverse it and go into the past. You're going to find, particularly in work, that you're going to have to revisit the history of your company, revisit the history of your own job, your own position. Find out about stuff that happened even before you came to your job. This is going to be key in understanding how to move forward, because that there's a saying, memories are short, particularly in the corporate world. And so for those of you who have jobs in the corporate world, research the history of where you've come from and what's happened, because this week that's going to be a key to making decisions that are bringing a lot of success. In the area of relationships also, you want to go back to the past. Now, I don't mean that in a negative way, drag up your partner's old past arguments and foibles. No, we don't want to do that. But I want you to go back and remember what it felt like to be in love, what it felt like to trust somebody, what it felt like to be excited about seeing somebody. This, if you reflect on this, your relationships are going to get stronger in the moment. So this is how we want to look at the past for relationships, okay? Also highlighted around Capricorns this week are issues connected to occult studies. So, as you look to the past, look to the future. Explore astrology, explore spiritualism, explore magic. Your keyword this week, Capricorn, is past. Explore past lives. There's something to look at. That could be valuable as well. All right. Our next sign is Aquarius. January 20th through February 18th. Oh, Aquarius, I tell you, you are in sync. You're the natural channels of the zodiac. Aquarians are always kind of half up in the stratosphere anyways. But this week it's really working in your favor because you're channeling through so much high-powered information. It's giving you that look ahead that's giving you the edge. A great week for Aquarius in terms of business, prosperity, opportunities. Aquarius will find that they're drawing to themselves people in positions of power who want to be in the know and be part of your world. So Aquarius, be open to expanded social circles, be open to people of influence and power seeking you out, and know that you're running with the high-powered people this week. In the area of relationships this week, Aquarius, could be a little challenging in terms of personal relationships because there's so much on-the-go energy for you guys. It may be hard to settle down and kind of be at home with anybody. So tell your partners ahead of time, if you're dating or married, tell them that I may have a really crazy week. I love you. I want to say it now because I may forget to say it. And if you do that, they'll understand and they'll be in sync with you, okay? Also highlighted for Aquarius this week are issues connected to publishing and writing. So if you're an Aquarius, you've been wanting to write a book, write a novel, explore that. Really look at it and take it to the next place, okay? Your key word this week, Aquarius, is win. Just go for it and win. All right. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm going to have a good week. Our next sign on our wheel is Pisces, our fish people. That's February 19th to March 20th. I tell you, Pisces, this week, the world is in love with you. I'm serious. It's kind of funny because Pisces are going to find that romance is like the focus. Even if they don't want to have romance or be involved in relationships, is going to come up anyways. You're going to find at work, especially for you single Pisces, that people keep spending extra time with you, inviting you to lunch. I have to tell you, in this case, I think there is a little bit of a romantic agenda. Now, don't take that offensively. People, people I think today have a challenge, particularly in the workplace, because if an attraction starts, then everything gets legal. Like, can we date coworkers? Can we do this? Just be open to having fun. Be open to laughing. Be open to connecting with people, okay? If you're a Pisces and you're already in a relationship, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like you're like starting all over. It's going to be exciting. When you first meet people and there's that like, ooh, I just met somebody really great. Well, that's going to how it's going to feel for those of you already in relationships. So there's a lot of romance, a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, a lot of drama, in a good way, good drama. You're going to find also, as I said, in personal relationships, that energy from work also carries into the home. So, whether you're dating somebody from work or dating somebody in the neighborhood or just being open to meeting somebody online, Pisces this week are going to find that romance just keeps coming up. It's a recurring theme for you guys, and just have fun with it. And if you're somebody who said, I don't want to be in a relationship, not interested in that, that's okay. Know that you can also have friendship as well. It doesn't always have to be love, but there will be a lot of people attracted to Pisces this week. And Pisces, you just got that energy, and the planets are aligning, that you're exuberating confidence and beauty and love. You also highlighted for Pisces this week are issues connected to investment in property. So, it might be a good time to take some of that flirtation energy and work a bank manager to get a loan. I'm just kidding. But anyways, no, seriously, yeah, definitely issues connected to property investment. So don't get your head so up in the stars that you forget to kind of take care of business here. And you'll find that you'll be able to do both, okay? But it's going to be kind of a fun week for you guys. Your key word this week, Pisces, is romance. Heart to you. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe that? I don't know how we did. We spun around our big zodiac, but wasn't that a lot of fun? Listen, I have to say, I say it every week, but I really mean it. If you're in a time of struggle in your life, don't give in to despair. Take a deep breath, pause, and look to the stars. The zodiac wheel is above us and always spinning and rotating. And what that means is that each day brings a new opportunity for new blessings. So, as I said, don't give in to despair. Let the stars guide you and be your friends on your journey. I am so glad you guys are here. And listen, I want to thank you. Thanks for being here. Listen, if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, I still have a few openings this week. We can make that happen. And give me a call at my office, 571-483-2112, and we'll get you on. Or you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-hickman.com. And if you want to check out my website, all of these links will be in the info box below. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Listen, keep it here. We got more coming. What's tomorrow? Tuesday, messages from the spirit world. Make sure to be here. We're going to have mini psychic readings. And if you want, you can put your question for tomorrow's video in the box below. You guys are best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, may you always blessed be.